Hi everyone, this is Andy from GizChina, and today in this unboxing and hands-on video we're going to look at the all-new iOcean G7. It's a new device from iOcean and it's their largest to date, so let's open up the box to see what it looks like. The packaging is just plain white with a G7 logo on here, iOcean logo on the left, and iOcean logos on the side. There's no technical specs on the box, so let's open it up. Here we are in this plastic packet. We have the iOcean G7 phablet. We're going to look at that in detail in a moment, so let's put it to one side for now. Also in the packaging we have a screen protector for the 6.44 inch display. We have a warranty card which is only in Chinese, and we have this rather large instruction manual which is in Chinese and English. It's really thick. It's a very thick booklet. Has hundreds of pages in here. Even if you've never used an Android device, this booklet will have you covered. It's a really very in-depth book. Also in here we have a USB data cable, mains charger, and a 3500 mAh battery for the G7. So a big battery for a big phone. There's the battery. Alright, let's bring the device back in. Take it out of the packaging. So we've been sent an all black iOcean G7 to take a look at. 6.44 inch 1920 by 1080 display, and according to specs it's got a Corning Gorilla Glass panel on here, but we are going to double check that with iOcean. Just to give you an idea of size, let's bring in the 4.3 inch Xiaomi Mi 2. So you can see the iOcean G7 is absolutely humongous compared to the Xiaomi. Even compared to a 5.1 inch Meizu MX3, the G7 dwarfs it. And a 5.5 inch Zoppo ZP998 is pretty small in comparison to the G7. So this is not a phone for, people who don't like large devices. This is a huge device. You can hold it in one hand, not a problem, but you're not going to be able to do much typing with it. It's a two-handed operation for typing, but for emailing, gaming, watching movies and browsing the internet, this is a really nice large panel. Alright, let's see what we've got here. 3 capacitive buttons along the bottom. I'll just bring that in so you can have a better look. I'm not sure if they do light up yet. We'll find out once we put the battery in. You can also see that the iOcean has, they're not the narrowest bezels in the world, but they're not thick either. So that keeps the overall width down. We've got a front-facing camera at the top here, next to the receiver. And if I just turn it around while we're here, 13 megapixel camera, iOcean logo there, and we have some more labeling here. It says designed by iOcean China, assembled in China. And we've got an external speaker, and this is a 3D surround sound speaker in here, so it should sound pretty good. There's a black rubberized finish which will give some nice grip, and we've got this sort of edge to it, which is something that we've seen on the iOcean X7 in the past, and it's sort of become iOcean's trademark design. Okay, let's take the rear off. As you can see, this version of the iOcean G7 doesn't have any NFC, unlike the Yumi Cross, which is the rival to this phone. I'm not sure if iOcean intend to bring out an NFC version at some point or not. Inside, we've got space for 2 SIM cards, a WCDMA 3G one and a GSM. So the micro SIM is for WCDMA 3G. GSM goes in here, it's a regular size card, and an SD card slot. SD card can go in here. And there's that large speaker, it says 3D on here. Let's pop the battery in. Let's bring it back into focus. And pop the rear back on. So snap it into place. Okay. Alright. Okay, that's on. Let's turn the phone on. So 1920 by 1080 display, 6.44 inch. Just booting up now. This runs a octacore 1.7 GHz processor, a Mediatek MT6592, and there's 2 GB of RAM as well. Alright, so there we are, we unlocked the phone and we have a very similar UI to what Zoppo are using on their phones at the moment too. Flick through this, let's go into the settings. At the moment it's in Chinese, scroll down. Let's go out of that, sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Sorry there. And let's change it to English. And as you can see, there's plenty of other languages in there too. Loads of different languages to choose from. Okay, so we're in English now. We've got our apps in a main app drawer, and like I say, this is exactly the same UI as what Zoppo are using on their Zoppo ZP998 and the Zoppo ZP700, which we took a look at a few weeks ago. It has its own Android app market in here. Let's see if it's got Google Play as well, which is good. We've also got Google Talk and a few other Google services already built in. If we just go into About the Phone, we've got Android 4.22 running on here. And if we just have a quick look at the camera, so 13 megapixel rear camera. If we'll just bring something in to take a photo of, what can I take a photo of? Take a photo of the phone. Taking photos is pretty quick. Should have burst mode too. Burst mode is quite fast too. Have a look at the gallery. So as you can see, flicking through everything is really quick. Pictures look okay. Let's see what aperture this has got. According to the details, it has an aperture of 2.0, which is pretty good. So we should see some really nice photos from this. Let's bring that in so you can see it a bit better. Aperture of 2.0. Alright, so that's the brief, quick look at the iOcean G7 phablet. This should be on sale pretty soon. We've been sent one of the early ones. We're going to quickly put together a review with benchmarks and gaming and everything as usual. So keep an eye out for that. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments on GizChina, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So there we go, that's the first hands-on and unboxing with the octacore iOcean G7 phablet. Thanks for your time, goodbye.